Hi all. I am Vlad III, known to many as Vlad the Impaler. I was born in 1431 in Sigosora, Wallachia, a realm that I would come to rule and defend fiercely. My father, Vlad II, ruled as the voivode of Wallachia, and I was raised in his stern and disciplined shadow. In 1442, my younger brother Radu and I were taken hostage by the Ottomans. During those years, I learned the ways of my enemies, while my hatred for them grew. I was no stranger to violence, for it was a part of my daily life. When I ascended to the throne of Wallachia, I found myself surrounded by treacherous boyars, the noble class that had betrayed my father and my brother. I knew I had to act decisively to consolidate my power. I organized a feast where I had them arrested, and many were impaled, a punishment fitting their betrayal. My lands were squeezed between two great powers, the Ottoman Empire and the Kingdom of Hungary. The Ottomans demanded tribute, but I refused. I could not bow to them, even though I had been a hostage in their court as a child. Instead, I allied myself with the Hungarians, even though they too were untrustworthy at times. Fighting the Ottomans required cunning and a willingness to use terror as a weapon. I raided their lands and employed guerrilla tactics, avoiding direct confrontation when I could. I scorched the earth, leaving nothing for them to use. And yes, I impaled many, not out of a love for cruelty but to strike fear into the hearts of my enemies. From the moment I took the throne of Wallachia, I knew I faced formidable foes. The Ottoman Empire loomed large to the south, an ever-present threat to my rule and my people's freedom. When the Sultan demanded tribute, I refused. How could I bend the knee to the same power that had held me captive in my youth? My defiance led to war, a war I was determined to win. I took to the field myself, leading my men with a ferocious resolve. I knew we could not meet the Ottoman forces head-on, their numbers were too great. Instead, I used the land to my advantage, striking where they least expected and vanishing before they could retaliate. My raids into Ottoman territory became a symbol of my defiance, and my reputation as the Impaler spread fear among my enemies. I employed scorched earth tactics, poisoning wells, and leaving nothing for the enemy to use. I fought not just with sword and spear but with cunning and strategy. In one infamous night attack, I infiltrated the Ottoman camp, aiming to kill the Sultan himself. Though I did not succeed, the chaos I sowed weakened their resolve. I tried to strengthen my position by aligning myself with the Catholic Church, hoping for support from Western Europe. My conversion was a political move, but it was a necessary one in a time of shifting alliances. My rule was interrupted, and I was imprisoned by the Hungarians. Yet, I did not give up. I used my time wisely, building alliances and planning my return. When I regained my throne in 1476, it was a triumph of political will. In the end, my rule was marked by the necessity to act decisively and ruthlessly. I did what I had to do for the love of Wallachia, for the independence of my land, and to rid it of corruption and foreign influence. Some call me a monster, but they do not understand the choices a ruler must make. They call me Dracula, a name derived from the Order of the Dragon, to which my father belonged. But in the whispers of peasants and the writings of historians, it has taken on a meaning far removed from my own life. I hear the tales they tell of me, legends of a monster who drinks the blood of the living, a vampire who stalks the night. These stories are born from my reputation as the Impaler, a name I earned for the punishment I meted out to my enemies. The sight of the impaled must have struck such terror that it transcended reality and entered the realm of myth. Some say I feasted among the impaled, reveling in their agony. Others claim I drank their blood. These tales are exaggerations, symbols of the fear I instilled. I did what was necessary to rule, to protect Wallachia, but these acts have been transformed into something supernatural. Bram Stoker's novel, written centuries after my time, turned me into a creature of the night, a being eternally damned. I cannot deny that there is a dark fascination to these tales. They have made me immortal in a way, a figure that transcends history. Yet, these legends obscure the truth of my life, my struggles, my victories, and my defeats. They turn me into a monster, devoid of reason and humanity, rather than a ruler faced with impossible choices. I wonder if the legends will ever fade, if the true man behind the myth will ever be understood. But perhaps that is the nature of legend. The truth becomes lost, and what remains is a story, a warning, a symbol. In my case, a symbol of the darkness that power can bring, and the lengths to which a man might go to defend his land and his people. In my homeland, I am remembered as a hero, a man who stood tall in the face of overwhelming odds. My name is etched in history, a symbol of terror and strength, forever intertwined with the land I fought to defend. I hope this gives you a deeper insight into the complex character of Vlad the Impaler.